Hey guys, welcome back to Moonlit TCG. Today I'm bringing you a list I actually just played in the VOD that was uploaded. This is Mitsurugi Ogdoadic, and do some crazy stuff. We're playing 3 Saji, normal, special summon, or tribute. It will search an, not Ogdoadic, Mitsurugi spell or trap, which gets us to our counter trap, gets us to prayers, gets us to our ritual spell. Kusanagi, on the other hand, same requirements, normal summon, special summon, or tribute. Will recur one back from graveyard. It can also recur the monsters as well. Murakumo, however you say it, if it's summoned, you get to board wipe your opponent's monsters. If it's tributed, you get to search for a Mitsurugi card, and then you can revive it. So anytime it's tributed, you can just revive it, which is really, really good. Futsa has the same thing. When it's tributed, you search, and then you can revive it. However, Futsa, every time your opponent special summons, you get to special summon a reptile from your graveyard. So anytime your opponent's doing something, you're getting more bodies on board. Playing 3 Nalia, the Ogdoadic one, and when it's special summoned or normal summoned, you can add an Ogdoadic spell trap. We do play 2 targets for this. However, you can send it from your hand to send 1 light Ogdoadic from your deck to graveyard. Oh, it's just any light reptile, excuse me. Which will get our level 8 Ogdoadic into trash for our extended plays. Nunu does the same thing, except he sends the Dark, and if we control no monsters or we control an Ogdoadic, he can special summon himself from graveyard, but we are locked into reptiles at that point. We are playing 1 Overlord. Overlord is the Dark target for Nunu, although he can also send Naya. When this card is in graveyard, if a card is sent from the hand or deck to graveyard, so even if they hand trap us, this will special summon itself, and then on field it can revive another card in your graveyard, so it's just extension as well. Then we're playing 1 copies of Curse, or Curse, however you want to say it. You can tribute a monster, so if we tribute any of our Mitsurugis, we're getting searches or we're getting things as well. But this will let your opponent revive a card. Whether they choose to revive it or not, you will also get to special summon a level 4 or lower Ogdoadic from your grave, which is usually how we get the search effect off of Nalia. We then play 1 Night Sword Serpent. No matter how this is sent to the graveyard, as long as it's by an effect, you can special summon it. Really, really good. We can tribute it with our ritual spell, send it off of Snake Rain, whatever, it'll get a summon. Manju is probably the best normal summon in this deck. It adds any of our ritual cards. It also doesn't lock us in the reptile, so we can go into Abyss Dweller, or even turn it into a reptile with King of the Feral Imps and search another card. So it's just really, really versatile, and we can even tribute it for Curse, so we can get even more things going as well. Nessie might as well be a reptile in this deck at this point, because you can discard it off of the Alien Shock Trooper M frame and place 7/8 counters, and anytime it's discarded, so off of Snake Rain, off of the M frame, or off of itself, we get to search a danger, which is really, really good, and gets us into the Tsuchinoko. Tsuchinoko is a reptile, so it's really good in this deck. It's an extender. But again, it's also draw power, and yeah, it's draw power that's a reptile. Danger Jackalope we are on 2 copies of. It's essentially more Tsuchinoko, same as Nessie. When it's discarded, we get a special summon Tsuchinoko from deck or Nessie, whichever one we need. And it's also level 3, so we can go in the Gossip Shadow with it and Tsuchinoko. However, that's not really ever going to happen, but it is also a draw engine if we have to use it that way. 3 Fuelos. I hate these mulch armies, but we kind of have to play them. 3 Mitsurugi Ritual. It's advanced ritual art. If you're summoning 1 ritual monster from your hand, you can tribute monsters in your deck, up to 2 of them as long as they're reptiles. And if you can also ritual summon the monster from your deck if you tribute reptiles from your hand or field. And neither of those effects are once returned. Both of those effects are once returned, excuse me. Mitsurugi Prayers, this is Rhoda. It'll search us a Mitsurugi card. However, if we tributed 1, we can also special summon a Mitsurugi from hand or graveyard. So it's also emergency teleport in a way. But we also have to take the 800 damage if we special summon it. Ogdoadic Daybreak, we tribute something and then we summon a token for every 2 levels it has. So if we tribute Curse or we tribute the Rituals, we're getting 4 tokens. And if we tribute the ritual is also coming back. However, this thing's graveyard effect is we can banish this card, target a banished reptile, return it to deck, and then we Foolish another one. So you can take Night Sword Serpent, put it back in deck, Foolish Foolish Burial it again. But it also triggers the Ogdoadic Overlord to summon himself back, which is kind of insane. Water Lily, it's Foolish Burial with a Monster Reborn effect if we have 5 reptiles in graveyard, and again, both of these are searchable, there's no need to have more than one. 3 copies of Snake Rain, discard something, send 4 reptiles to graveyard, discard a danger, we get even more things going. Pot of Prosperity, you can cut this, it's just here for some consistency, but again, you can cut it if you feel needed. Alien Pollutant Virus, or Planet Pollutant Virus, excuse me, you tribute an alien, destroy all monsters without A counters, and then until the end of the 3rd turn after this activated, everything your opponent summons gets A counters. So it's kind of insane, because with Cosmic Zeril, they're not going to be able to activate any effects. Extra deck, we have 1 Herald. This is here for an Ultimate Slayer target. However, also when it hits graveyard, we are going to be searching our rituals, so it has a 2-fold. This will never be summoned, and that's honestly the only way we have to get it into grave. 1 Gossip Shadow, we make it off Snake and the Jackalope. Abyss Dweller, really good in rogue matchups, and the Mirror. King of the Feral Imps, here for consistency. Zeus, kind of self-explanatory. Reptilian Echidna, on summon, we target a monster the opponent controls, reduce its attack to 0. And then for every monster with 0 attack the opponent has, we can search, so you can use Curse, revive yourself, go into Echidna, get another search. Haggard Lizardos, it kind of does the same thing as Echidna, but not as good, in my opinion. You can cut this, it's just here in my list because there's not that many reptiles we can fully utilize. 2 Alien Shock Trooper M-Frame, again discard, then we can place A counters equal to the monster's discarded level. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon any number of non-reptile link monsters from your graveyard equal to the number of monsters your opponent controls with A counters, so it's also a soul charge in a way. However, we do have to have this because it's the only target we have to tribute off of Pollutant Virus. Cosmic Slicer Zeril, it's 2+ reptiles. When it's link summoned, you get to search the Planet Pollutant Virus. As stated before, everything with A counters while this is on the field are changed to defense position and they cannot activate their effects. Also, you can remove 2 A counters from anywhere on the field to gain an extra normal summon of a reptile using this thing's effect. I've personally never used it, but it can come up. 1 Ragnarika Selene Sleeper, or Snapper, excuse me, it removes back row. That's kind of self-explanatory, and it can revive itself. That's really the only reason it's here. SP Little Knight, more interruption. Side deck, we got 3 Nibiru. Meowls, this is really good into the Malice matchup. Gravekeeper's Inscription, again for the Malice matchup. I have not played against Malice with this yet, but in theory, this is really good. 1 Talent and 3 Tactics get us to everything and help us play through hand traps. 2 Ultimate Slayer, outs problematic cards. We can outlink Synchros and Xyz with this deck. And then Mitsurugi Great Purification is in the side deck because if we're going second and lose the die roll, we don't really want to have this. However, we sided in going first, and it gives us a chance to negate things as well because it tributes our rituals and even Curse and Overlord. But if we tribute the rituals, we get an additional search, and the rituals come back as well. That is the list. We went 2-1 in those VODs and then lost in Top Cut. Let me know what you guys would change, any suggestions you guys have in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video.